I'm ready to drink.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Let's go. I remember the first thing you told me when we met was that you were a fan of gin.
Yes. Love gin. Pretty much like 75% of the time, it's like I would love to drink this more.
Okay.
Than any other liquor that's out there, even though I probably have more whiskey and bourbon than I do gin. Ooh, it's been a while since I've
Yep, St. George Botanivore. It is so citrusy.
Absolutely. On the nose?
Yes.
100%.
So there was a 19 botanical blend in the St. George Botanivore, and a lot of it is built on citrus peels. I get caraway right away. A little bit of cinnamon. But the 19 botanicals are obviously gin must contain juniper, so juniper, angelica, laurel bay leaves, bergamot peels, cardamom, citra hops. There's coriander, dill seed, fennel seed. Has ginger, lemon peel, lime peel, orris root, Seville orange peel, all the citrus peels, and the star anise.
So the obvious part of it, at least for me on this, is just the citrus notes. Like that's prevalent, right? I know I've seen this at bars, and I think maybe it's more of a premium gin. You tell me. I don't know.
It is. St. George is a micro distillery out of Alameda, California. They do very handcrafted, sometimes foraged, experimental styles of gins and liqueurs. It delivers a lot of freshness, very bright and perfumey, but very balanced. Like you can tell there's an intricate framework to the aromatic profile of this gin. I want to lean into some fresh, bright garden flavors and a bit of savoriness. We're going to make a gin sour.
Okay. I've never had a gin sour.
You haven't?
Nope. What? This is awesome. So you haven't even beta tested this, or have you?
No. I go off of what you have, the flavors, the spirits that you have, the flavors that you like, and build from there. We've assembled the gathering of ingredients for this cocktail, and one of them is Za'atar seasoning, which is a Middle Eastern spice blend. For those of you who don't know, that's used for breads, dips, sauces, meats, dressings, grilling, vegetables. It's earthy, it's zesty. There's sesame seeds in here. I see if I find the ingredient label. Sesame seeds, sumac, thyme, and marjoram. Those are all the ingredients in this one. Like I said, sometimes the blend will contain other spices. Sumac, for those of you who are not familiar, it has kind of like a sour, smoky, lemon fragrance to it. That's a little floral, which those things all speak the language of complementing gin. I thought a great way to incorporate it would be to put it on top of the egg white fluff when we make a sour, like a gin sour cocktail, which includes egg white. And the egg white is there, you emulsify it in the shake, and you give body and texture to the cocktail. You're not adding a different taste, you're adding a texture, because I know that egg white can be really off-putting to some people in cocktails, and you said you've never had a gin sour, a traditional gin
never
sour,
had a gin sour,
which is crazy to me because you're a gin lover,
right.
You're a gin cocktail lover, and I'm actually glad I get to be the first person to make you a gin sour.
Are you gonna keep talking, or are you gonna make it?
I'm gonna make it.
I'm thirsty.
Let's make it.
Like hella thirsty.
This on the scale. So we've assembled, I'm thinking, these yellow cherry tomatoes because they are a bit sweeter than the red cherry tomatoes, and some fresh lemon juice. We have some mint. It's been washed. All these things have been washed. Internet, don't come for me. Cucumber, an English cucumber, because it is more savory.
I just learned that.
And that's what we're going for here in this cocktail. Do you have honey?
Well, let me find out.
Okay. While he finds out if we have honey, I'm going to measure the cherry tomatoes for this base recipe. We're gonna blend the cherry tomatoes with the cucumbers with the mint. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, lucky number 8. All right, 140 grams of cherry tomatoes. And then we're gonna do, so the thing about cucumbers is when cucumbers ripen, they ripen in a gradient, as most fruits and vegetables do. So as it ripens from the bottom and it actually moves up. I'm not gonna grab it, it's internet. I'm not gonna grab it, I'm not touching it. So it goes up and the bitter compounds actually get concentrated in the top end right here where the fruit attaches, sorry, where it attached and was cut from the plant. So that's where the bitterness is concentrated. You wanna cut that off.
So I think we don't have agave. Actually, I know we don't have agave here.
Okay.
Honey.
Okay.
I don't see any honey here.
Okay.
I find it extremely hard to believe that I don't have honey here.
Let's just do, you wanna make a 1-to-1 simple syrup?
Okay, sure.
Just measuring cup water and sugar, equal parts.
You're gonna have to coach me
Yeah.
through making a simple syrup.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
No big deal. Never made a simple syrup.
Nope.
Stop.
I'm so basic.
Where have you been? Who makes simple syrup for you?
I'm hiding underneath a rock. So,
1-to-1.
1-in-1. What kind of
Yeah,
vessel?
do you have a measuring cup?
Maybe.
Yeah, no. Let's get a measuring cup. That should be good. I think that's good there. About 180 grams of cucumber. I'm gonna get some of this mint. Put some fresh mint in here. Picking the tops off. All right, I can add more if I need it. About 10 grams of mint. Add a little bit of water here so we can get it to break up. I know that these ingredients have a lot of water, but we want to give the blender a little bit of an assist. I'm going to start it with about 3 ounces of water. That is going to go into the Ninja, and it's going to blend this up. And after it's blended up, I'm going to taste it to make sure I can taste the cucumber, the tomato, and the mint. And when I have the right balance of those flavors, because I want to make sure I'm able to taste all 3 of them, and I don't want one to really overpower the other.
Okay.
So I'm looking for a bit of flavor harmony. Just gonna smoothie. I think that's good.
Nice. So, real quick, for
Yep.
simple sugar,
All right, for simple syrup. So do you have a measuring cup?
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, you know what? If you don't have a measuring cup, we're gonna use this little takeout cup as your measuring cup.
Awesome.
Because it's about parts. You just need equal parts.
Okay.
So do 2 parts of that, and then do 2 scoops of that, and then 2 scoops of water. Or actually, start with the water first.
Start with the water
It'll blend
first?
easier. Yeah. If you pour sugar into water, it'll dissolve easily. If you pour sugar and then water, basically it starts to pool and run down the sides and it'll stick, and you need to incorporate to work the water in to get the bottom.
So grab the sugar first?
Grab the water first and then pour the sugar on top. And it'll mix easier, because if you do it the other way, it'll still get the job done. It's just gonna be harder on yourself. I don't like doing things harder. I don't like making it harder.
I always knew these would come in handy one day. Okay.
Today. I taste the tomato, taste the cucumber. I want more mint.
All right, so.
Oh, I really taste those tomatoes.
2 of these?
Yep, do 2 of those.
All right.
2 of those, and then 2 of the sugar. Stir, stir, stir until it's dissolved. Okay. I am going to fine strain out that pulp so that it's ready to use.
If I was being lazy and did all of that, could I also make the cocktail with that in that? Or it just wouldn't be the same?
You can, but I don't think the texture of a chewy cocktail is as pleasant.
Yeah. Got it.
That's why we're straining it out.
Like, if I had guests over, I would want to do it the way you actually are making it. But then, for me, myself, I don't need to impress
You don't
anyone,
mind
right?
chewing on your drink?
Yeah, exactly.
You eat smoothies
It's like,
all the time?
It's me, right?
Sure.
I'm not trying to impress myself.
Sure, go ahead. It's just one little step. It'll create a nicer outcome in your drink. How's that sound?
But then when I'm with Cynthia, then it's like, okay, I'll strain it and I'll do the right thing.
You better strain it for Cynthia.
Look.
Cynthia has permission to call me and rat you out if you don't.
She has high standards. I'm just trying to live up to it, so.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing. We need people that push us to be the better version of ourselves.
My hand's getting tired.
Let's take a look at it. Is it?
I don't know where I'm at. It's like I just keep
still
staring.
looking. Okay, so pick it up so I can see the bottom of it. And do you see any sugar? I don't see any sugar. It looks like it's all been blended.
All right.
Do you feel any grittiness in there?
Oh, got it. Okay. I don't feel any grittiness.
You don't feel any sugar? Then the sugar has all been completely dissolved.
I do feel like.
And you're free to go. A cramp in your hand?
When I first started mixing it, like, it felt different, but now I feel like it's thickened a little, maybe?
Yeah. I am almost done straining through the smallest strainer. Almost there, people. Fast forward.
The color of that looks like one of those drinks that old
Swamp
people,
water?
or something that you get from like Earth Cafe.
Maybe we'll call this
Beverly
drink
Hills.
Swamp People. That's an appetizing name for you.
Blender?
Jar.
This?
Oh my God. The one
Yeah.
second. Okay.
And then,
So we're gonna start with 2 ounces of the Botanivore Gin. And if you don't have a cocktail shaker or you have an uncooperative cocktail shaker at home that perhaps leaks, then we can do this. And for an egg white cocktail, this might actually be preferred.
oh, all right.
Because we're gonna get this super duper fluffy and with a little bit of assistance from the Ninja blender. 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, Hall's homemade 1-to-1 simple syrup,
Coming to source soon.
dedicated stirring, littlest bit of salt,
It's gonna be one of those small batch,
egg white, smallest batch,
simple syrup.
single estate,
Right,
single
yes.
estate simple syrup.
Right.
Throw all the marketing terms on it. There we go.
Wow. Nice.
Egg. And then we're going to emulsify the egg, dry shake it if you will, with our little Ninja assistant. Just going to do a few pulses until we see that blob of egg white disappear. So.
Wow, that's it.
Pulse it 6 times.
All right.
That's it. That was our Ninja dry shake. Then we're gonna switch. I'm just gonna get a couple of pieces of ice and shake it a little bit longer. It's like 2, 3 pieces instead of loading up the shaker, because when you have a lot of ice and you're making an egg white cocktail, an egg white traditional sour, no matter how well you fluff up that cocktail, when you go to pour it out, it's gonna hang on to the sides of the ice. When you have a lot of ice, you have a lot of surface area, you're not gonna get as much of that frothy, whipped mousse foam, that egg out. Don't actually need to shake it as much, I just need to get it colder. Now we are going to strain that.
If you were to serve this into a restaurant, like, do you want it to settle so you can see the layers?
You can, you give it a little bit of time and that egg white layer will separate, the mousse texture will come up to the top and you'll see this delineation.
Yeah.
But right when it's fresh out of the shaker like that,
That's almost like, literally it looks like
picture perfect, absolutely
Yeah.
picture perfect. Just a gorgeous cocktail. Like I said, with egg white, right away, you want to hit it with something to cover that funk. That's why you see bitters being added to the top of the cocktail. But we're gonna do a little bit
Ooh.
of this Middle Eastern herb blend.
That looks pretty.
Oh, damn, that smells good. Oh, I'm so excited.
Can I get a hit of that, or?
All right, Paul, are you ready?
I'm ready.
To try this cocktail?
I'm ready.
It's so pretty. Okay. See, who knew you can make drinks that look this good at home?
All right, let me get a hit of the nose first, and then.
Yes. Evaluate the thyme, the marjoram, the zesty sumac, the sesame, the toasted sesame.
God damn,
How is it?
that's great.
Yeah?
Damn, that's good. That is damn good.
Oh, you can smell the cucumber breaking through all of these aromas, and it's complemented by that zesty sumac. There's almost like rosemary legs to it.
It's like light, fluffy, aromatic. Damn.
Very balanced, delicious, fragrant. You get the savoriness of the tomato and the cucumber. You get that mint, that freshness of the mint and the cucumber coming through. That lemon just brightens the whole profile, but then topping it off with the Za'atar, it gives you toasty sesame and through all of this, the gin is well supported.
100%. Yep.
Like,
that is delicious.
that is